Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer and welcome to Best Kept Plans. Today's video is going to be a plan with me for the week of September 12th through the 18th, 2022 in my B5 Archer and Olive notebook. If you're interested in seeing that, please stick around. Here's my B5 notebook. I'm going to be using this stencil for this week's spread, these stamps from Everyday Explorers Co., some month stamps from Heidi Swap, these new number stamps from Studio Calico, these quote stamps from Heidi Swap, some more quote stamps from Heidi Swap, these days of the week stamps from Everyday Explorers Co., and these boxes from Studio Calico. I am first going to be starting out with laying down some deco using this stencil. This is from, I think it's called TheCraftersWorkshop or something like that. I got it off of Amazon. It did come in a set. I will definitely put a link down below for it if you're interested. The set has some really awesome stencils. I'm so glad that I got it. And I used stencils, different stencils from this set a couple weeks ago on my spread. So I'm using the stencil that has these kind of messy dots basically, and what I want to do is I want to put them on the top left corner where I do a lot of deco, but then also I want to do them towards the top of every day of the week, every box for every day of the week, as a way to kind of like draw attention to the header section. And I apologize, I'm kind of right towards the bottom of the screen right now, but I do, well, I'm not gonna lie, I do struggle with keeping things in view this plan with me, but I do realize that I think at one point the only day of the week where I'm not going to have this stencil kind of like right at the top of the box is on Sunday, and that's because I do want to do some deco in the way bottom right corner, and so that's where I decided to lay the stencil down. Now I'm just putting the stencil up by where Thursday and Friday will be. As you can see, I did kind of cut you off, but I did realize it, corrected myself just a little bit. And the color I'm using for this stencil is, it's a distressed oxide, and I think it's called Tattered Rose. I'm also going to be using a more like abstract stamp from Everyday Explorer Co. This is one of my favorite stamp sets, and this stamp in particular I really like. And I'm using my picked raspberry distress oxide for this. I definitely wanted to go with some like fun bright pinks. I've used a lot of blue and green in my spreads lately, and so I definitely wanted to lean into some pink colors. I am using a scrap piece of paper when I need to, when I'm stamping right at the edge, but also when I don't want like the entire stamp to show, like right here. I use it to just kind of cut the stamp off a bit. And again, I apologize for being off of where you guys can see as I'm stamping down in the bottom right corner. Now I'm pulling out this stamp set from Studio Calico. I really like this set. I wanted something that gave me like a bunch of different boxes and like random shapes to write things in. And so I decided to use it in this week's spread. I pulled out this pretty basic kind of rectangular shape, and I'm using that to stamp on the tops of every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And that's where I'm going to put in my dates and days of the week. As you can see, the box on Sunday doesn't overlap with any deco, but that's totally fine. And that is the last box I'm putting in. I did unfortunately mess that one up just a little bit, but I don't think it looks that bad. Next, I'm going to be going in with the new, or I'm sorry, with a different box to mark off things like appointments and meetings. I didn't necessarily want to go with this one, but it just seemed like it made the most sense. I don't love that it has like a rounded edge. I wish that it just had like a squared edge on the other side, but it's not terrible. So I stamped a couple things on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and then I do have a wedding on Saturday, but I wanted to use a bigger box to put the info for that wedding in. So I'm pulling out this one from that same set, and again, you are unfortunately cut off as I'm stamping it down, um, but you'll be able to get a look at it a little bit later. Next, I'm pulling out my new number stamps from Studio Calico. I really like these. They're really tiny, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't really have many number stamps. I think I only have, well, I have a lot of large number stamps that I use in my reading journal, but smaller number stamps that are better for a planner, I didn't really have many. And so I was excited to get this set. I'm starting out with just putting a 1 in every single box because we are in the teens section of the month. And now I'm going to be stamping a 2 through 8 to make the dates make sense. So it's the 12th through the 18th this week. I definitely was trying to make sure that I kept things level with each other and stamped the numbers close to each other. You know, I could certainly just put like the 1 and, you know, the 6 together on the stamp and stamp them together, but a lot of times I feel like it doesn't allow the numbers to be close enough together. So that's why I do them each individually like this. So the last one I'm going to be putting down is my 8 for Sunday. And then I'm planning on going in with this set from Everyday Explorer Co. It basically has a bunch of Monday through Friday stamps, and I'm going with the more like cursive font, but in the abbreviated days of the week. And I'm making sure to stamp these kind of all the way towards the right side of each of the boxes. It does leave a larger space between the date and the day of the week, but I kind of preferred that to stamping them closer to the number and then things not being centered. So after I put this Sunday down, I think I do it next, but I might be going in for some quote stamps next. No, I'm doing it. Okay. So there is a period stamp in that number set, and so I'm basically just using it to put a dot between the date and the day of the week. I feel like it fills in that space really nicely, and it allows me to kind of have things not necessarily centered, but spaced out throughout those boxes and not have it look too weird. Now I'm stamping this Good Things Are Coming stamp on the top left box of the spread. That's where I tend to put a lot of deco. And then I do want to put a stamp on the bottom right corner, and I ended up going with a Stay Focused stamp. I did unfortunately stamp this down a little crooked, but I think overall you're not going to really notice that. One thing that I did realize around this time is that I forgot to use my long, thin numbers from Heidi Swap to put in the week of the year, which is something that I really like to do. Totally forgot to do it, which is unfortunate, and I think it does make that top left box look a little bit bland, but it is what it is. I did decide to go in into that box with that kind of abstract stamp from Everyday Explorer Co. To have something behind this September stamp. And unfortunately, when I put down the September stamp, I moved it after it had touched the page, and so it is looking a little funky, but it is what it is, no big deal. Now I'm just going in with my Micron and my ruler to put in the lines for every so that every day of the week has its own box. And I think that's it with this week's spread. Oh, no, 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 that's right. I did decide to pull in a little bit of washi tape. This is a Spotty Dotty washi from Allie at According to Allie, and I absolutely love this washi. It's become a favorite of mine. So I'm basically putting a few pieces of it around the spread, not on every day of the week, but definitely where my quotes are. And then I think I do put it on like Monday and Saturday or something like that. So after I put down these couple pieces of washi, we are done with the spread. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. As always, be safe. Bye-bye.